तो एयरपोर्ट भी चले जाते हैं विदाउट गोइंग एनीवेयर आल्सो ना।
ये बहुत फनी है।
क्या एयरपोर्ट भी चले जाते हैं?
हाँ, फिर दिखा के शक्ल फिर वापस आ जाते हैं।
ऐसा होता है?
हाँ।
नहीं ये ज्यादा है।
नहीं होता है
बहुत
सर।
परफेक्ट है।
ये होता है
सर।
सर, ये होता है।
अच्छा प्लेन नहीं पकड़ते आप?
नहीं जान एक्टिंग करेगी प्लेन है,
फोटो
फोटो
खिंचाने चले जाएंगे।
लेके भागते।
Which is the
क्या बात
weirdest
कर
thing
रहे हो? This
actually
is
was.
bizarre. I never heard this. This is
It is
something
rare. It is
I
rare.
can't believe it.
For all film-related interviews, reviews and content, please like and subscribe to Puja Talwar. You can also follow me on Twitter and on Instagram.
Well, with me is Team India's lockdown. Madhur sir, national award pakka.
इंशाल्लाह क्यों नहीं?
That's always my first question to the national award winning director. ऐसे कितने हैं?
5
अच्छा ये देखो काउंट भी कर रहा मेरे को ये
ये
बोलेंगे
बात कितनी
गिन
बार हो
रहा
चुकी
हूँ अनगिनत है।
नहीं मुझे लगता है कि देखिए हम फिल्म बनाते हैं बेसिकली एक स्टोरी को ये सोच के कि क्या स्टोरी होनी चाहिए, किस तरह लोगों तक पहुंचेगी, पहला वो होता है। ऐसा कभी भी नहीं हो सकता, कस्टम मेड नहीं बन सकता है कि हम सोचे और ऐसा अवार्ड मिले या इसको ये मिले। इट्स नथिंग लाइक दैट।
आपको तो मिल जाता है सर।
नहीं ठीक है, मेरे ख्याल से पिक्चर
Secret बताओ ना, क्या बात है सर?
बिकॉज़ जूरी जो है वो देखती है, एक जूरी होती है, डिफरेंट स्टेट से जूरी होती है, वो पिक्चर देखती है, देन दे डिसाइड कि इसमें है कि नहीं। बहुत बार मिला भी नहीं है, कोई पिक्चर के लिए मुझे लगा मेरे को मिलेगा, मुझे नहीं मिला।
कौन सी
कौन सी थी?
अभी वो छोड़ दो,
बताओ ना सर, बता दो
इंटरव्यू के बाद बताएंगे।
छोड़ दिए। हाँ
अरे बताओ ना सर।
नहीं चलिए नेक्स्ट।
ये
पूजा यार स्टॉप प्रोबिंग।
जर्नलिस्ट हूँ, पेज 3 का जो आपका कंपनी का किरदार
कैरेक्टर में ऐसा
वो तो मेरी थी।
पूजा जी हमारे बहुत ही पुराने हमेशा इंटरव्यू करते हैं 2001 से। चलिए
Konkana was me. I thought he modeled her on me because I used to be so upset reporting the things that I was asked to report. But now coming to the three of you, the actors. Firstly, you three actually have been very busy during the lockdown.
Yeah.
Come to think of it.
Yeah.
I think पूजा ये पहली बार आपसे मिल रहे हैं, वरना हमने Zoom पे ही इंटरव्यूज करी है पूजा के साथ।
They were so busy, and I'm very happy to see you not playing a killer.
What? Where have you played killer again?
I played negative shades.
She has she's only done characters with negative shades. जब मेरे को बोला श्वेता इसमें, I was like कुछ तो होगा. She must be one of the serial killers में देखा, but
प्यारी लगती है हमारी श्वेता, क्यों उसको नेगेटिव ऐसे?
See?
I agree. I
उसके-
would cast a positive.
उसके looks पे मत जाओ, उसके looks पे मत जाओ. But interesting, now coming down to your characters, you apparently went to Kamathipura to understand the lives of these sex workers. And also, during the lockdown, yes, we had stories of pilots who had been grounded, of migrant workers, of people who had no jobs, but we didn't ever mention what was happening to these ladies for whom it's their daily bread and
Livelihood,
butter. Yeah,
that's right.
livelihood.
Yeah.
So, firstly, Madhur sir, thinking about getting that into the narrative and you playing the character that you are, how tough was it?
Well, first of all, congratulations to him for, as you said, to have that intent and have that courage to tell that story, because it is one of those communities that was not pretty highlighted. And I must confess that I was ashamed, I was almost embarrassed when he told me about the story on my track, and I was like, I never thought about this during the lockdown, because we were of course reading about many things, and obviously we were all in our own lives, and we were all locked up, and our families and friends, and they were having their own journeys, but this community was never really represented or highlighted. So as an actor, I think it's always great when you're, you have challenges and you have new roles that you've never played before, and as an actor it's very important that I keep challenging myself and I keep taking up new roles. And it's also a huge responsibility because I'm representing an entire community that was hit, their livelihood, their survival was hit by the pandemic because of social distancing. They had absolutely no work. I mean, it was all there on paper, and when he narrated me, the character was just right there because he has a very, he has an eye for detail, and he's a very keen observant of life. He travels, reads a lot, and all his films have been very character driven. But to dig deeper, we did go to Kamathipura, and Madhur sir, the art director, the cinematographer, all of us did, we went for our own research. And I interacted with a couple of commercial sex workers, and they told me some of their stories. Some they were laughing about, some they were almost crying about. And of course, I'm not going to share that because they told me in confidence. But as an actor, I was on a job. So,
Yeah.
I was making mental notes, and I was picking on their body language, their mannerism, their language. And in fact, during the entire shoot, as actors, you always spray some perfume before you leave the van. I never used any perfume. I was constantly using natural ittar or talcum powder and chameli oil, applying it to my hair, because I wanted to really experience what I experienced in their house in Kamathipura, because I saw the house, how they're sharing it, the bathroom that had a strong smell of detergent, body soap and talcum powder, and I wanted to live that as sincerely, as honestly as I could, because you can't lie to the camera, no matter how, what you wear. And of course, Shefali ji, who's done the costume, immediately transported me, and I became Mehrunisa. But there's certain amount of sincerity and honesty which without which you will be caught, and the camera catches dishonesty. So I wanted to just be as sincere to it as possible, and of course thanks to him that I had that opportunity to meet them.
And coming to Prateik, Madhur sir, actually आपको इशू हो रहा था ये सोबो बॉय को मैं कैसे इस किरदार में डालूंगा?
हाँ, बड़ा ही डिफिकल्ट मुझे लगा, क्योंकि मेरे को जैसे हमारे वहाँ पे कहते सोबो टाउन का
मैं तो सोबो का हूँ ही
वो भी
मेरे
नहीं, वो बैंड्रा
को
को
पता है, लेकिन
He's not from
मेरे को
South Bombay,
पता है,
he's from
लेकिन
Bandra.
सोबो इज लाइक साउथ बॉम्बे जो है वो
सोबो
I guess what they I think what they thought was my image was too urban. I
अर्बन
think
एग्जैक्टली
ज़्यादा- थोड़ा urban image था, थोड़ा
काफी अर्बन इमेज
जैसे
था।
जैसे
and,
सर कहते हैं
और
dude.
जब मैंने उसको बुलाया तो ये इसने बाल पूरे ब्लू किया था,
Cobalt blue.
I'd actually finished a film called Cobalt Blue, and
Oh yes, of course.
and that was it was just an expression
So
of that film.
my
And
writer,
I colored my hair cobalt blue.
yeah, my writer team and my associates were asking me, sir आप कैसे इसको कास्ट करोगे? देखो ये कैसे लग रहा है, इसको कोई डूड वाले रोल में दो, इसको क्या लगेगा? तो मैंने बोला नहीं, ये करेगा कास्ट, and 100%. I don't know, I had a very strong belief and strong conviction on
Thank you
him.
for that conviction.
Completely, very much. I said मैं निकालूंगा काम इससे, and he looked like the migrant worker. नहीं, जैसे नहीं यार, एक्टर अच्छा है, लेकिन ये रोल के लिए सही नहीं है. तो ऐसे नहीं, ये रोल ही के लिए अच्छा रहेगा. And then I said we'll give you a changeover completely, and I gave him references of his mother's movie, like Pet Pyar Aur Paap and Chakra.
Oh yes.
Yeah, where in Pet Pyar Aur Paap she plays a rag picker. So I really loved that character that time also when it was released, and I said this is your tribute to your mom, and this has to be seen, and tu kar payega. And then we gave him a complete makeover, and when he came himself saw in the mirror, and my assistant were taken aback. कि my God, अरे ये लगता नहीं वही लड़का है. Complete when we had a photo shoot. Completely different.
Dude se Madhav.
Dude se Madhav.
हाँ.
And you're talking about Chakra. Let me tell you, Prateik, I think I must have been 8 years old when Chakra released. That poster,
Yeah,
I still
the poster.
can't get
You
that
can't
image
forget
out.
it. I
Black
got
and white
goosebumps.
of her having a petticoat wrapped
Petticoat,
around
yeah,
her,
yeah,
and she's
yeah.
just
And
looking
she's
like
back,
that.
yeah.
She's in
Wow,
Slav
That's
Disco.
iconic
outstanding,
of
iconic.
Iconic.
It was shot in real location in Bandra East.
Imagine, and I think it's been like 4 decades, and I still can't get that image out.
Image, yeah, exactly.
It's the impact of that woman, the magic of that woman.
What a lady.
What a lady.
Yeah,
Yeah,
anyways,
yeah,
and you can see that.
Yeah.
And you are playing Moon.
I'm playing Moon.
Moon, who has been, and a lot of them were grounded, and for travelers, frequent travelers like
Yeah.
us, I mean, the lockdown was just like, kahan aa gaye hain hum. But agent play kar li, Bollywood ki agent, ab ye flying high, what was that? I mean, and working with Madhur Bhandarkar, who's, I think his women are extremely real and beautifully etched.
Yeah, I think he's one of the few filmmakers who has a rare quality of not boxing actresses in roles that you otherwise get boxed in. He can tell stories of everyday people who maybe cross your path every day. You know, it could be somebody at the traffic signal, could be somebody at a bar, could be somebody in a page 3 circle, could be somebody in a fashion circuit. I just feel like the variety of cinema that he's managed to create and the kind of roles he's managed to create for women has been absolutely incredible.
Absolutely.
And he can really see through actors, and I think he can see through his characters.
Absolutely.
And he doesn't, and he will not do the most obvious casting. He'll do the most unobvious sort of a casting, you know. So I think like it's quite incredible as a filmmaker that he has an eye for that. So obviously when you get a Madhur Bhandarkar film, you know of course it's going to be hard hitting, it's going to be gritty, it's going to be everything that it's supposed to be, you know. making a Madhur Bhandarkar film works, you know. When he came, when I got the narration for Moon's character, I obviously had no idea about. I have friends who are in aviation, like my best friend's a flight attendant with Emirates, और वो सालों से है, and I have lots of friends who are in aviation. तो मुझे उनकी life के बारे में पता रहता है कि क्या होती है. But I didn't have a pilot friend. And इनकी एक फ्रेंड है, उनसे इन्होंने मुझसे मतलब इमीडिएटली बात करवाई और फिर उन्होंने कहा कि मैंने उनसे पूछे थोड़े सवाल कि अच्छा आपके स्केड्यूल्स कैसे होते हैं, हाउ डू यू लिव योर लाइफ, यू नो. सो वी काइंड ऑफ कनेक्टेड, हम लोगों ने काफ़ी देर तक बात की. बट आई थिंक प्राइमरीली जो कहानी है मेरे किरदार की, वो है अबाउट somebody who's stuck in a house alone. And I think because लॉकडाउन के दौरान ये पूरी कॉन्वर्सेशन इतनी ज़ोरों शोरों से बाहर आई थी, डिप्रेशन, एंग्जाइटी, मेंटल हेल्थ, लोनलीनेस, ये सब इतनी इंपॉर्टेंट कॉन्वर्सेशंस हो गई थी और ग्लोबली दीज वर कॉन्वर्सेशंस दैट वर हैपनिंग, यू नो. So I think it was important that I think it's incredible that he's managed to put 4 stories together. One, like, you know, about somebody moving out of their house to get to their house, somebody, you know, whose everyday job is to touch and feel and, you know, like have a human connect or like a physical connection. Another story of about a father trying to get to his daughter, क्योंकि बहुत old parents थे जो अकेले अटक गए थे अपने घरों में, and how would they get to their kids, you know. So it was very, and I think story and my story which talks about loneliness and trying to find companionship. So I think 4 very differently woven stories together, and I think very well presented on cinema.
But tell me something, everyone discovered something about themselves in the lockdown. What did you discover about yourselves? Because now the lockdown has become a blur in everyone's memory.
Yes.
Yeah,
हम सब भूल गए हैं.
भूल गए.
हुआ भी.
मैं पूजा से मिली थी Zoom पे.
हाय देखो.
अरे पूजी.
Other than that, like I realized I actually didn't like meeting people.
Oh my God! Can I tell you? I think once the lockdown got done and then there were events happening and then we had to go for events, I was like, oh God, तैयार होना पड़ेगा. Like it was just such a huge this thing to get ready. And to
Initial
go to
days.
events.
Initial days.
Like, I can go to shoot. Happily, I'll go to shoot. I can't go to an event.
I had become a caveman.
Yeah, fully.
Pretty much. Yeah. I had let my beard and my hair grow. I had literally become a caveman. If I show you pictures, ma'am. तो वो वक्त आया, अचानक खुल गया सब और मैं वैसे ही इतनी बड़ी मैं साधु की तरह मैं बैठा हूँ.
उस टाइम तुम्हें कास्ट कर लेना चाहिए था.
अरे क्यों नहीं किया?
बना रहा था. It's like that cartoon strip with this little rag around the
Flintstones.
I was literally I was living like I was you know in a stone age, literally. But I think it taught us so much. Lockdown taught us so much about ourselves. You know, time.
We've forgotten, Prateik.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We've all
forgotten.
We've all forgotten, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I think
People's memory is so short.
We'll forget कि हुआ था.
Also now we're trying to catch up with what's
And
happening.
it's just
It's
2
so
years.
difficult.
And it was just 2 years ago.
2 years ago, can you imagine?
Suddenly the world.
आप बताओ. The lady who actually had everybody glued to the TV set कि अब ये क्या करेगी next. You have to see her. She only played negative shades.
No, it was not only.
I
Like
don't believe
the
you.
last video Ray was, Gunhegar was, in the negative shades.
Yeah, good. Ray was.
Ray
negative,
was,
yeah.
but हाँ बाकी हाँ even criminal justice had a little bit.
एक और बता
Ray
दे.
is
एक और बता दे.
Anthology.
Netflix पे, हाँ.
आपकी कौन सी?
Ali.
Sorry, I'm so
बात
bad.
है,
I'm so bad. I'm
Ray,
so sorry.
हाँ, Ali वाली the first one.
Ali की story.
लॉकडाउन पूजा ऐसा था कि काफ़ी इंट्रोस्पेक्शन हुआ एंड फॉर मी आई थिंक आई रियलाइज दैट यू नो यू कॉल एवरीबडी फ्रेंड्स but there are very few people who you actually need.
Absolutely.
I think a lot of filtering happened and it was right
Cleansing.
after. Yeah.
Borders बन गए थे.
बिल्कुल. I think it was right after my separation and I was living all by myself and a lot of introspection, but it was a great time to heal because I really needed to cut off. And my family also lives in Bombay, but I moved out and I wanted to live alone, at least try it. तो मैंने बहुत किताबें पढ़ी. I was doing a vlog series, I was reading and I started this habit of writing down every film experience that I watched. I used to pick up one filmmaker or one actor और मैं पूरे हफ्ते बस उनकी फिल्में देखती थी, उनकी filmography and I used to write essays on it. What's my experience and what did I learn from it? Yeah.
Lovely.
So that's something I picked on, and I read a lot of books, including the Bhagavad Gita, which a lot of people think that it's a religious book and what, but it was very it was wonderful. It's a lifestyle.
Awesome.
And बहुत बढ़िया से मैंने झाड़ू पोछा लगाना सीखा और बर्तन कैसे म्यूजिक के साथ बदल जाता है, because there's a lot of music that comes in with बर्तन. You can actually
बदल जाता है.
yeah, so there's a lot of rhythm to बर्तन घिसोइंग that I discovered.
Awesome. हाँ, जैसे मैं I was telling somebody आपकी बाकी इंडस्ट्री आप लोग तो काम कर रहे थे either वो बेकिंग बनाना ब्रेड और मेकिंग बनाना.
बेकिंग बनाना ब्रेड डाला है ना हमने.
हाँ, बनाना ब्रेड है.
डालना
During this
बहुत ने किताबें भी लिखी.
नहीं मैंने एक्चुअली
Reels बनाई.
आई रोट माई स्क्रीन प्ले. मैंने एक शॉर्ट फिल्म इस साल डायरेक्ट की है जो मैंने 4 साल से स्टोरी लिखी थी. लॉकडाउन में आई फाइनली रोट द स्क्रीन प्ले. आई वाज लाइक अब नहीं लिखा तो नहीं लिखूंगी.
नहीं लिख पाओगे.
So I wrote that, and during the second lockdown, I think which was very very hard hitting when the oxygen was not there and the hospital beds were not around. And as an artist, I felt very frustrated and very passively, like passive at home कि मैं क्या करूँ. So it was 100 years of Satyajit Ray, and I had made a painting of Ray Sahab, and I had auctioned it on Instagram. और उससे जो राशि इकट्ठा हुई थी, that I had contributed and donated to COVID patients.
Wow,
So,
that's really appreciated.
I was like, as an artist, what else can I do except through my art? So, yeah.
Madhur
I
sir,
mean, I think we all try to do
We
our
all
bit.
tried
I
our
think
bit and do
everyone
your
tried to
bit.
do their bit.
Thoda
However
bahut
little.
I saved the life.
Yeah.
I did save a life.
Wow,
We
that's
tried to
wonderful.
do, I think all of us.
Everyone did.
Yeah, we I think it was वो एक अंदर से इच्छा हुई कि मदद करे लोगों को.
Absolutely.
और जिनको मदद की जरूरत है.
Absolutely.
I think we tried to do our bit.
But that's the human spirit, and that's what India Lockdown also speaks about, that it's ultimately about surviving. The film does not trigger people to relive 2020. It's a reminder that hey, this happened. Life is unpredictable, और कभी भी कोई virus आ जाएगा, which is not even like a it's intangible. You can't even see the enemy.
Yeah.
And अपने family से अब दूर हो गए हो, but hey, life moves on, and it's about surviving. So that's what the film is about.
Absolutely. मधुर सर एक बात बताओ, आपका ये क्या है, जैसे आपकी इंडस्ट्री में सारे so focused on numbers and क्या वो AAA ग्रेड स्टार लेकर आएंगे, आप दूसरे साइड में जाते हो. Does it work with you यार?
नहीं, मैं खुश हूँ, मेरी दुनिया में खुश हूँ मैं
भी खुश हूँ आपकी दुनिया.
मेरी जो इच्छा है ज़्यादा नहीं है. मैं बहुत खुश हूँ. मैं मेरा सिनेमा बनाता हूँ. me Puja from so many years. From all the film, Chandni Bar to now Bubbly Bouncer and India Lockdown, I made the film the way I wanted to. I make film in a very budgeted way, which I want to. And I feel I'm a storyteller यार. मेरे से proposal film नहीं बनती, जैसे आप कहते हैं numbers ये project वाले नहीं बनते, project नहीं बनते. मैं फिल्में बनाता हूँ, अच्छी story कहता हूँ, और मैं खुश होता अपनी दुनिया में. मैं कोई लॉबी में नहीं हूँ, मैं कोई कोटरी में नहीं हूँ, मैं कोई गैंग में नहीं हूँ इंडस्ट्री में. तो मैं बता रहा हूँ, कोई गैंग में नहीं हूँ. तो मैं आई एम इन माई ओन वर्ल्ड. मैं हमेशा कहता हूँ मैं ऑर्फन गैंग में हूँ.
मैं भी
हाँ, मैं ऑर्फन गैंग में, मेरा कोई गैंग नहीं है. तो
It can be the title of your next movie.
I know. Orphan gang.
Orphan gang.
Orphan gangs of Bollywood, नीचे orphan
gang. तो हाँ, नहीं तो
उनको आइडिया मत दीजिए, वहाँ जाएगी कल अनाउंसमेंट हो जाएगा.
तो मुझे लगता है कि मैं खुश हूँ. मेरे लिए पूजा ये जो ऑडियंस है, the people who appreciate my cinema, and my movies have been commercial successful. My movies have been critical acclaim. My movies get national awards. I'm very happy in my own space. So I don't think, as a storyteller, I'm very happy about it. मुझे नहीं करना है. I'm not a person who think कि नहीं after 10 years down the lane, you see, I'm going to open a big production house. I'm going to do this. No, I live the way the life comes every day. I'm basically that way, and can be grounded also. And I want to tell some good stories to the audiences.
No, I agree with you. And also, the way he's portrayed reality in his films, like I always go back to page 3 because that could have been my own life. Which is the most overrated thing about actors that you have observed, of your industry that you've observed, which I'm very curious to know.
Airport looks.
No. I mean, first of all,
airport looks are overrated.
I have to add one thing.
What is an airport look?
I'll just add to it. You know what? The difference between page 3
एयरपोर्ट लुक कर दो आप एक पिक्चर का नाम.
नहीं मैं बता रहा हूँ. नहीं I'll just tell you.
थप्पड़ मारो.
नहीं मैं छोटा करेक्शन करूँगा. ये बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग है. Between the page 3 you're talking about and today time, you know, एक 4-5 साल में if you see, this whole Instagram have come. In pastry, there was no social media at all. We were not talking about social media. This whole social media, the upsurge which has come now, on like airport looks, or going to a parlor, or coming out to the gym, or coming to somebody's house, or taking your dog for a walkie. Everything has been captured now. Okay, so now the problem is what? Ke pastry is a very. I have to make another pastry, दो तीन parts बनाने पड़ेंगे मुझे अगर आज
Insta story.
Because I have, today if I make a pastry,
make Insta stories.
if I want to make a
Social
pastry
media.
today, तो social media will play a very vital role into it.
Yeah.
A vital role because everything is projection. Everything is projection.
Sell.
Yeah, completely. So that is the difference. Yeah, please carry on.
What is your take on airport looks? Please tell me.
देखिए मैं ना पजामा में
अच्छा
जाती
मैं
हूँ
नेक्स्ट तो क्या होगा बाथरूम अच्छा मैं बाथरूम जा रहा हूँ ये पहन लूँगा बाथरूम
No, I think this, you know, there's this weird obsession, and I think a lot of actors feel, I don't know, I think work gets you work. I think your work is your biggest PR.
Yes, it, yeah.
If you ask me, it is absolutely ridiculous.
But you know, it's a vicious circle.
But ठीक है अभी कर रहे हैं तो सब करें तो ठीक है हम भी करेंगे. But I mean, if I had a choice, I'd be wearing shorts.
Recently, Neena Gupta put up a post saying ना किसी ने मुझे दिवाली पार्टी पे बुलाया नहीं मेरा क्या जाता है.
Did she?
Yeah, she put up a post not invited.
But it's so weird.
But doesn't it get too much where everyone is flaunting red carpet? आज इसकी दिवाली पार्टी doesn't it get to you all?
No.
FOMO नहीं
No,
होता
no,
है?
नहीं, बिल्कुल. I think to each is their own, yeah, not at all.
Yeah,
To each is their own.
मुझे
To each
वो
is
भी
their own.
प्रॉब्लम नहीं है अगर कोई जाता पार्टी में दिवाली पार्टी में बुलाता है जाता है एक PR एक्सरसाइज भी हो जाता है लोग मिलते हैं इंटरेक्शन करते हैं.
No, I'll tell you, like this time I went for a lot of Diwali parties and like no, I'll tell you, and I didn't go for any filmy Diwali parties. I wasn't invited. I don't know anybody in the film industry. Thank you very much. I'm telling you, I was invited to so many Diwali parties and friends, and these were and I think the party that I enjoyed the most was Trishla Patel's, who's my theatre friend, who basically invited the entire Prithvi theatre. She did a full party on her terrace, और हम लोग सारी अपनी बाकी दिवाली parties छोड़ के उसकी party में गए.
क्या बात?
And it was fantastic. Everybody from Prithvi was there. Actors, directors, people who have worked for years, and it was like Prithvi Festival, and it was really fun. और हम लोग सुबह 5 बजे तक पार्टी किए.
क्या बात?
And it was incredible, and I didn't feel the urge to, impress anybody out there या मुझे किसी से बात करनी. सब डांस कर रहे थे, सब खा रहे थे, सब.
But I think to each is their own.
I feel like it was everybody was enjoying.
ऑडियंस भी तो आप लोग है ही आप लोग देखते हैं ना आप लोग भी देखते हैं आप लोग उठा के उसको फिर डालते भी हो.
Correct.
फलाने ने ट्वीट कर दिया आज इधर गया फलाना उधर चला गया
मत डालिए
आज
ना.
इधर चला गया.
तो
आप लोग
pressure
पिकअप
नहीं
करते
आएगा.
आप लोग देखते क्या फ्रेश लुक है कहाँ पे पार्टी क्या कौन अभी
ये
डॉगी
कहीं
को
तो
लेके जा
एयरपोर्ट
रहा
भी चले जाते हैं विदाउट गोइंग एनीवेयर आल्सो ना.
ये बहुत funny है.
है क्या एयरपोर्ट भी चले जाते हैं
हाँ सिर्फ दिखा के शक्ल फिर वापस आ जाते हैं.
ऐसा होता है.
हाँ.
नहीं ये ज्यादा है
नहीं होता है
बहुत
सर.
फारफेस्ट है.
ये होता
है सर.
सर, ये होता है.
अच्छा प्लेन नहीं पकड़ते आप
नहीं जान एक्टिंग करेगी प्लेन है
फोटो
फोटो
खिंचाएंगे
लेके
चले जाएंगे.
निकल भागते.
Which is the
क्या बात
weirdest
करो
thing
this
actually
is
you heard.
bizarre I never heard this is
It is
something
rare. It is
I
rare.
can't believe it why somebody will go to airport.
There are lots of villas.
We are giving you material for your next film.
नहीं I understand people is gardening कर रहा है कोई
And cast
कोई
me
कोई
as
डॉगी को लेके जा रहा
नहीं,
है कोई अपना कुछ और कर रहा है.
But ma'am, may I add, Pooja, may I add? अब आप जो बोल रहे हो कि actors का क्या obsession है? I want to know what's the obsession with media because
why does
you
media want to
will
cover that for everything?
you will
Number
cover
आते हैं,
about
number.
you will.
नंबर आते बोलो.
तो आप इंडस्ट्री को ना बोलिए आप
industry
अपनी
को मत बोलिए. I
आप
think it's
अपनी
I
numbers
agree
की
with
बात
him, telling
कीजिए.
him to cast me as Konkana after those many years, who's become this old and now dejected.
Can we call the film social media? And just like not serious.
Social
But you know,
Social
with
media.
all of
Social.
medias, with
Are you
all of
taking me?
medias.
Hello, it's my title and I've registered it now. Okay,
हाँ,
it's
तो
said.
you're going to take
ठीक है
me.
we'll get a big thanks in the starting.
I will not. I want a big,
Shweta is sitting like
big
that.
fact check.
Madhur, एक बात है, you know, as they all said that you have a knack for picking up your actors.
Yeah.
आप कैसे gauge करते हो? Coming down from Tabbu, Priyanka, Kangana, Bipasha, Corporate, Raveena, and then these talented lot here sitting with us. कैसे? जैसे बोलते हैं ना जौहरी जानता है.
नहीं ये है ये मेरे में आँख है मेरे में.
हाँ बताओ ना
मैं पकड़
कैसी
लेता हूँ.
आँख है कैसे पकड़
नहीं
बताओ ना एक एक के बारे में बताओ कैसे
नहीं मुझे
पकड़ा.
नहीं ऐसा कुछ नहीं मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है मैं कभी कभी ऑब्जर्व करता हूँ यू नो व्हाट आई टेल यू आई हैव कास्टेड समटाइम मैंने कुछ काम देखा भी नहीं होगा आई हैव जस्ट कास्ट पीपल जस्ट लुकिंग एंड इंटरेक्टिंग विद देम. मेरे को लगता है यार ये रोल में फिट
मिस्टर
होगा.
कोबाल्ट ब्लू हैज लुकिंग.
या तो मुझे अच्छा लगा ऐसा बहुत बार होता है कई बार ऐसा होता है कि आई फील कि यार ये कैरेक्टर में ये जाएगा इसमें अच्छा मेरे में आई डोंट आई हैव दिस क्वालिटी और नैक से to remove good performances. I know I can remove performances from this person और ये character में जाएगा. So I am very sure about it.
But he makes the actors feel very comfortable. If I may share, on set, you know, the kind of role that I'm playing a commercial sex worker, and there are scenes where, you know, the costume is such, and you know, there are scenes where you know, I'm speaking in a certain language, walking, talking, dancing, and of course as an actor you have no inhibitions. I mean, your camera and your lens is your everything, and you know, but आप set पे कैसा feel करते हो ना, बहुत important है, and a lot of directors don't know how to do that. A lot of directors don't know. They know that they have technically very strong, but they don't know how to make an actor feel comfortable, welcomed, feel part of the team. He's one such director, and I cannot tell you how comfortable I have felt to play this character, because he gave me so much respect. You know, I felt like he was almost, he would be like, "Tu wahan kya bathi hai? Mere paas baith." And you know, he would talk about, we're movie buffs, and you know, we would talk about movies, and we are foodies, we would talk about foodies.
Sab foodie hai,
sab all of us, yeah.
बहुत खाते हैं.
But he makes you feel very comfortable. You feel like, you know, you're safe with him. You know, he makes you feel like you're under his wings like that. Absolutely. Which is very important for an actor, because then you're like, you're so and you know, actors feed on director's confidence. So when a Prateik says, you know, he comes with his blue hair and the team does not say this, it's his confidence that has convinced him.
Absolutely.
You know, somewhere it's a trickle down effect.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I think it's very important that you as actors, we're directors, actors, you know, I mean, you know, you're directors, actors, and you look forward to what your director is, how much he's making you feel comfortable. And I think he has that quality to really make you feel very comfortable on set.
I also must add, Madhur sir has the best pep talk ever. Hands down, it's the best pep talk and anybody can get, any actor or anybody.
I think I'm going to start
He has his own style.
I mean to say before the
He
shot.
has, before the shot, the pep, you know, if you really have to deliver, you know, he has his own language. He has his own language, he has his own lingo, he has his own vibe, if I may. And I felt like every time he gave me that pep talk, I was ready to get in a boxing ring and just fight somebody. Literally, it was that good. I mean, of course, I had to go and perform, but it was that good that I'd be ready to fight in a boxing ring.
Wow.
It is just...
Yeah, a very childlike energy, very innocent, very
and that's what's required.
It's everything, yes.
Yeah,
yes,
completely.
yes,
I always feel the ambience of the set has to be very cordial, very friendly.
Yeah.
You cannot be serious. I know I go to a lot of set of people like, shh, बातें करना, chai, ऐसे बोलते हैं. Hey, chai ले क्या रे? So we are like that. Hey, chai ला रहा है, chai पिला, chai पी क्या? So there are a lot of people now, they invented decorum. Actually, there are lots of filmmakers. With due respect to everybody, they feel directing a film is completely serious business. If you laugh, if you joke, then there nobody will say that director हंसते रहता पूरा time. ऐसा नहीं. I keep mimicking people. They knows that
all the time.
He's a very good mimic. बहुत अच्छी mimicry.
I do my one-liners when my one jokes.
अपनी सारी leading ladies की नक्कल लगाओ.
अरे वो कर भी लेंगे.
अभी नहीं.
इन्होंने की है.
नहीं बहुत लोग नहीं ऐसा कुछ नहीं करता.
जाते एक की तो
नहीं कुछ नहीं करूँगा बात है.
नहीं, he is very good. You have to make him good.
नहीं कुछ ही मत बोल.
In fact, इनका खुद का एक host, इनका खुद का talk show होना चाहिए.
She's insisting me I should do a talk show and mimicry show, like I can remove various actors की आवाज़ें and I do everything, you know. एक कभी प्राण साहब बन जाए, कभी धर्म जी बन जाए, कभी शत्रु जी बन जाए, कभी कुछ
एक सर एक
नहीं ये मंच पे नहीं. इंडिया लॉकडाउन इज सीरियस सिनेमा. No.
Public demand. एक. Just okay, see, tell the audience to watch India Lockdown in somebody's voice.
चलो जाते.
अमरीश पुरी.
पूरी साहब.
याद रखो 2 दिसंबर को देखना इंडिया लॉकडाउन Z5 पे.
मोगैम्बो खुश हुआ.
बहुत खुश हुआ.
I'm doing for you all यार, क्या कर रहे हो?
थोड़ा.
That was very sad.
Sambat, thank you so much.
नमस्ते.
इनका है ना, कौन सा क्या था आपका टॉक शो का नाम? हमने क्या रखा था इनकी टॉक शो का नाम?
मधुर का जलवा.
He remembers.
Thank you.
If you've liked this interview, please like, share and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram.